Hello, I'm Mark Ellis, Barnstable Town Manager, and this is my Town Manager communication for May 13th. The Town Council will commence a first reading of the proposed FY 2026 operating budget on May 15th, 2025. And public hearings are scheduled to begin June 5th to review each of the departmental operating budgets at that time. And the proposed fiscal year 2026 operating budget will be available on the town's webpage tomorrow, May 14th, 2025, with printed copies to the town council shortly thereafter. And for all of our budget information, please visit our website. Sean O'Brien, Barnstable's town treasurer and collector, announced that the town received competitive bids from bond underwriters on Tuesday, May 6, 2025, for a $5.4 million 20-year general obligation bond issue. The financial capital markets was the winning bidder on the bonds with an average interest rate of 3.662%. The town received a total of 8 bids on the bonds, ranging from 3.771 to the winning bid of 3.662. Bond proceeds will be used to finance various municipal and school projects. Prior to the sales, Standard & Poor's Global Ratings, a municipal bond credit rating agency, affirmed the town's AAA bond rating, the highest rating attainable. The rating agency cited the town's robust tax base, growth and economic development, long history of surplus financial results, and strong budgetary performance as positive credit factors. Great job, Finance Department, Sean O'Brien. Thank you. Our Community Services Department reports that its Recreation Division has processed over 13,000 2025 residential parking permits to date. We encourage all residents to apply as soon as they can do so to avoid delays. Beach parking permit applications can be filled out online, and you can mail them in, or you can drop them off at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center on Bassett Lane in Hyannis. And if you need assistance, please call our parking hotline at 508-790-6345, extension 145. Town of Barnstable staff will begin verifying permits at beach parking lots starting Saturday, May 24th. Beginning Saturday, June 1st, Town of Barnstable beaches, ponds, and lakes will be open 7 days a week through Labor Day. All beaches will be open daily from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. Just remember that date, 9 p.m. Sometimes people like to stay a lot longer than that, but we start locking them up. Similar to last season, we are experiencing significant lifeguard shortages again this summer, which will impact our ability to have lifeguard coverage at all locations. Ensuring public safety remains one of our top priorities. The Recreation Division is working to provide lifeguard staff at as many sites as possible. However, we advise the public that due to limited staffing, some sites may not have lifeguard coverage and swimmers will be at their own risk. Currently, we anticipate having full staffs, including lifeguards, at Craigville Beach, Dowses Beach, Colville's Beach, Calmus Beach, and Veterans Beach. We're hopeful to potentially provide lifeguard staffing at additional locations. To assist the public with their summer plans, we will continue to communicate our staffing operations as we approach June 21st. The Council on Aging will now be managing the Senior Veterans Tax Work-Off Program for the town. Open enrollment is from May 1st till June 30th, and the program is capped at 20 participants. If more than 20 applicants are received, participants will be chosen by lottery. To date, we have a total of 13 applicants, 2 of which are from veterans. Interested residents can get program guidelines, information, and application on the town's website or by calling the Council on Aging at 508-862-4750. In February 2024, the Town Council appropriated funds to cover the costs of the creation of internal police department working groups. These working groups were tasked with developing new policies and procedures to replace the rules and regulations of Massachusetts civil service. The working groups have completed their tasks, and both police unions have ratified memorandums of agreement with management. The next step in the process is to seek a vote of the Town Council. There's a first reading scheduled for this Thursday, May 15th. Since under state law, the way to get out of service is the same way you got in. The regular police force of the town was brought under civil service by a vote of town meeting, which was the legislative body of the town in 1937. As the Town Council is now the town's legislative body, a vote of the Town Council is needed to rescind the town's acceptance of the provisions of the law that place the police force under civil service. And we'll see what the result of the vote is ultimately in the coming weeks. The Cape Cod Commission is updating the Regional Policy Plan, a document that provides regional planning policies, goals, and objectives to guide development and protect the region's resources. The Regional Policy Plan serves as a blueprint for Cape Cod's future, outlining strategies to direct growth to appropriate locations, protect natural resources, and promote economic resilience. Since the first edition in 1991, the Regional Policy Plan has undergone several updates, including major revisions in 2009 and 2018. The current review and update process offers a chance to assess the impacts of the significant changes in the region over the last 5 years and to ensure the Cape's unique challenges such as housing, climate change, infrastructure, water quality, and economic sustainability, among others, are effectively addressed and reflected in regional policies and goals. The Commission will be holding 3 in-person sub-region stakeholder meetings and 1 virtual meeting to gather feedback on the proposed changes, additions, and recommendations of the new Regional Policy Plan. And for more information, you can contact the link in my communication, or you can go to the Cape Cod Commission website and find your opportunity to provide comment. That concludes my town manager's update for today. At this point, we'll have Kelly Colby from our Department of Public Works provide us with an update on water resources, including the Comprehensive Wastewater Management Plan. And then Kate Maldonado, Senior Planner, will provide an update on Greening the Gateway Cities Program, trees planted at the dog park, Tree City designation, Arbor Day ceremony at Centerville Elementary School, and the local comprehensive plan. Thank you.
Hello, Kelly Colby from the Department of Public Works, and I will be walking you through our Water Resources Management Update. First, we will take a look at the current status of sewer connections as part of our Comprehensive Wastewater Management Plan. We are coming up on just about a year now since it'll be a year next month, since we welcomed our first residential connection into the newly expanded municipal sewer system as part of the Strawberry Hill Road sewer expansion project. And since then, we have about 74% of properties eligible to connect now connected. So 151 available sewer connections as part of that first wave, and 112 of those have completed their sewer connections on their properties. Additionally, Route 28 East, we have 11 completed connections, bringing us up to 7% completed. So really making some great progress here as we round out this first year of available connections. As the weather continues to warm and we welcome all of our second homeowners back, our sewer connection program manager does anticipate we'll start to see a little bit of a drop in connections over the coming weeks. And then we expect to see those ramping back up again this coming fall. But we will continue to keep you updated as new properties come online to the newly expanded system. Next, we'll shift over to our active sewer construction, specifically the north phase of our Centerville Village sewer expansion project. We continue to install gravity sewer on Shoot Flying Hill Road, as well as related sewer services. Work does require a road closure on Shoot Flying Hill Road from essentially Great Marsh Road to Service Road, and that's from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., which are our construction hours. We did also approve a work extension request from the contractor to allow work to occur through the end of school. So we will see a sewer installation occurring on Shoot Flying Hill Road through June 18th, at which point the temporary paving will be going down, and we'll be seeing the contractor kind of button up and clean up the shoulder restoration in time for the summer season. So work right now, currently, as I mentioned, we are installing sewer service laterals along the active work zone, and then we will resume that gravity sewer installation, which is that deeper excavation, next week. That work will start back up approximately at the location of the 944 Shoot Flying Hill Road pump station, and will move towards Great Marsh Road. So currently the crew has been progressing from 944 Shoot Flying Hill Road up towards Service Road. You're going to see them now move in the other direction towards Great Marsh Road, wrapping up by June 18th. Additionally, we do anticipate full mobilization this coming fall after Labor Day in the area of Mothers Park. So you'll start to see some of that work happening south of Route 28. And this project was also awarded, or selected, I should say, selected for an earmark through the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency's Community Grant Program, just under $1 million earmark. We have been meeting with EPA and the State Revolving Fund regularly to discuss how we want to apply this earmark to the Mothers Park pump station portion of this project, and we anticipate preparing an acceptance order for Town Council over the coming weeks. So very exciting boost of funding for that project. Next, we also have the south phase of our Centerville Village sewer expansion. We continue to advance the 50% sewer design plan. And as the most recent schedule adjustments shared by Park City Wind Project, they anticipate beginning their construction sometime the fall of 2026. So that is essentially our next target deadline as well. So over this next 12 months or so, we will move our sewer design plan from 50% up to the full 100% sewer design. And then we will work towards preparing our bid package and awarding a construction bid. So on April 17th of this year, we did come forward during the CIP, the Capital Improvement Program hearings, to bring forth a construction request of $16 million to fund construction for this project, which was approved. Additionally, this project, the South Phase, has been listed for full financing as part of the State Revolving Fund's Clean Water Intended Use Plan for 2025 and 2026. Our next milestone essentially is to award the construction contract by June 30th of 2026. That allows us to stay in compliance and remain eligible for the principal subsidy. So essentially, as I noted, that is the next real target that we're working towards for the South Phase. We'll continue to keep our community updated on the progress of design. Speaking of procurement and bidding, our Route 28 West sewer expansion project is working itself through the procurement process as we speak. We have a pre-bid meeting scheduled for the end of this month on May 28th, and we are planning to open bids on June 18th of 2025. That keeps us in line with our targeted anticipated construction start time of the fall of 2025. So as we work through the procurement process and the bidding, once we have a contract awarded to a contractor for construction, we will then move forward with scheduling our next public information meeting, as well as coordinating the mailing of our project notifications to all identified property owners who will be receiving sewer as part of the Route 28 West sewer expansion project. That is really a complement to the public outreach that we've already begun for this project, which started back in January of this year. And if you are interested in reviewing our first public information meeting, I've left the link here in our presentation. That was hosted back in February and was essentially a status of design meeting where we reviewed the design for the Route 28 West project as well as identified pump station locations. So our next meeting will actually, we'll take a look at our anticipated construction schedule once that bid has been awarded. Next, we'll shift over to additional projects that are currently in design. The first two being the Finney's Lane Neighborhoods Project and the Long Beach Area Project, where you'll see maps to your left. Both of these projects continue to advance. We did come forth with a request for construction funds during the CIP hearings on April 17th for $45.6 million for construction for the Finney's Lane Neighborhoods Project. That was approved, and we continue to work through final design for that project with an anticipated start date of construction in the fall of 2026. Additionally, the Long Beach Area Project, as I noted, continues to work itself through design. We are currently wrapping up some field work, which included soil borings that are helping to inform that final design. We expect that field work will be completed by the end of this month, prior to the Memorial Day holiday. Additionally, we had a couple of other funding requests that were brought forth during the CIP hearings, the next being $750,000 for final design for the Long Pond Area Project, which was approved. So we'll be working towards final design for that project with an anticipated construction start time of 2027. And then the Great Marsh Road, Chute Flying Hill Road Neighborhoods Project, we were approved a $2.25 million appropriation for design and permitting of that project. So currently 75% of the survey plan has been received, and we are working on ongoing preliminary design efforts. So you'll begin to see the rest of these projects here noted on the screen, Old Yarmouth Road and Old Craigville Road, also working their way through various aspects of design as we prepare to bring new construction projects online. Now we'll shift over to the 720 Main Street Pump Station Replacement Project. No real significant update since our last report. We continue to sort of work through some of that on-site utility connections and the software programming for the pump station itself. All of our in-road sewer construction is complete to date, so really we're just maintaining work on site. We do have our pump station commissioning planned for May 19th, so that involves a clean water test with Mass DEP. And then following that, the contractor, we are working through schedules to bring the contractor back to finish paving of the disturbed roadways and restoration this fall, following the Labor Day holiday weekend. And then after that, we will fully decommission the pre-existing pump station located at 720. You'll see a lot of that sort of testing. That testing phase will be ongoing across the street at 725 here at the site where the current construction is occurring. So again, remaining on budget and on schedule with complete project closeout anticipated this coming fall. Over at the Water Pollution Control Facility, we continue to make headway on our nitrogens removal project. We are currently preparing our bid package and anticipate advertising the construction bid over the coming weeks. We are targeting awarding that construction bid by late summer to keep us on schedule with an anticipated fall 2025 startup. Analysis also continues for our effluent disposal project with our consultant CDM Smith. So we continue to have regular conversations and collaborative meetings with Mass DEP and CDM Smith to work through those disposal alternatives. And then our Bierce's Way sewer extension and vacuum sewer removal project, we continue to have active construction in that area. As a reminder, this is an effort that was coordinated in collaboration with the state's Bierce's Way Shared Use Path project. Our remaining work for this project on the sewer side includes some final tie-ins to the newly constructed sewer main, as well as sewer service lateral tie-ins, and then eventually the abandonment of that vacuum sewer. So we'll continue to keep you updated as work finishes up there on Bierce's Way. We also are making progress on our Straightway and Hyannisport water treatment facilities improvements project. Currently, that project is also with procurement and going through the bid process. We just recently extended our bid opening date to May 23rd of this year, so a little bit later this month, which keeps us on track to still award that construction bid by this summer and begin construction this coming fall. We do anticipate this will be a 2-year construction project. And if you have any questions or are interested in project updates, I would encourage you to take a look at the project page available on the Town of Barnstable website. The link is provided in this presentation for you. And lastly, a look at some of our most recent water quality initiatives. In our previous report, we mentioned our culvert asset management program and the field investigations that were underway. Since that report, we have completed 70% of our field investigations for the town's culverts. All of that information during the investigations, the field investigations and the field survey, is going to be utilized to create an ongoing sort of living inventory of the town's culvert network and ultimately help identify any maintenance or rehabilitation that may be needed for these culverts. Additionally, we are initiating the initial coordination for the work that will be occurring as part of the Hamblin Pond Monitoring and Management Plan. We recently brought a funding request to Town Council as part of the CIP process back in on April 17th, which was approved, so we can move forward with our first phase of work, which will consist of monitoring Hamblin Pond for all nutrient sources, as well as the in-pond water quality, sediments, stormwater inputs, groundwater input, and a variety of other factors that will essentially be used to help develop a management plan and actions needed to help protect and preserve Hamblin Pond's water quality. So more to come over the coming year as that water quality monitoring takes place. And then a reminder that our 2025 embayment monitoring, our annual embayment monitoring, will kick off in July. We have received a great amount of feedback and interest from our citizen volunteers to become estuary samplers and work alongside our team this summer. If you are interested in becoming an estuary water quality sampler volunteer, please feel free to reach out to Brooke Withers from the Department of Public Works. I've left her email information here in this presentation as well. And we look forward to working with all of our citizen volunteers and the various organizations to complete this critical embayment monitoring. That concludes my water resources management update. Thank you.
Hello, Kate Maldonado, Senior Planner, Planning and Development. On Monday, May 12th, the town held a ribbon cutting ceremony to celebrate the planting of 18 new trees at the Barnstable Dog Park. The planting was a collaborative effort between Planning and Development staff, the town's tree warden, the Massachusetts Department of Conservation and Recreation, DCR, and AmeriCorps Cape Cod. The trees were secured through funding from the town's Greening the Gateway Cities program. The objective of the grant program is to increase new tree canopy within the town's defined planting zone, which includes the greater Hyannis area. All properties within the planting zone, including private and public properties, are eligible to sign up for free trees. To date, a total of 250 trees have been planted, and that includes 62 trees on public properties and 188 on private properties. Benefits of increasing tree canopy include beautification of our neighborhoods, schools, and public places, improved air quality, increased wildlife habitat, reduced noises, and increased shade, which will maximize energy savings. To learn more about this opportunity and to confirm if your property is within the planting zone, please visit the project website, greeninghyannis.com, and for specific questions, please contact the project email, which is included in this report. I'd also like to thank the town manager, Mark Ells, town council president, Craig Tamish, and town councilor, Matt Levesque, who attended the ribbon cutting ceremony. On Friday, May 2nd, the town held its annual Arbor Day celebration at the Centerville Elementary School among town council leadership, planning and development staff, the town's tree warden, and students and staff. Each spring, the town holds an Arbor Day celebration to maintain Barnstable's designation as a tree city. The school campus was improved with a dogwood tree near the main entrance, which will produce white flowers every spring. Together, students, staff, and visitors of the school can watch as the tree grows stronger and taller each year, offering shade and seasonal color for generations to come. Special thank you to Town Council President Craig Tamish and Vice President Chris Clark for participating in our Arbor Day ceremony. The local comprehensive planning committee will hold their next meeting Tuesday, May 20th in person at Town Hall within the hearing room. The committee will review and discuss public comments received for the draft local comprehensive plan. Ultimately, the committee will vote on each of the chapters within the local comprehensive plan, and then the final plan will be presented to Planning Board and Town Council. If you have any questions regarding this project, please contact myself, My email is included within the report and my phone number as well. To stay up to date on upcoming meetings and events, and to learn more, please visit the project website, barnstablelcp.com. Applications for the 2025 Downtown Hyannis Facade Grant Program are now available on the town's Business Barnstable website. Up to $50,000 is available in funding for properties located in the Hyannis TDI district. Eligible projects include new signage, windows, planters, painting, awnings, and siding. Funding for this program is being provided by a Mass Development TDI local grant. The program is a continuation of 2023 and 2024 grant programs that provided grants to over 30 local businesses, which resulted in over $600,000 in investment in downtown Hyannis area.